Shrove Tuesday is a Christian holiday observed on the day before Ash Wednesday, which marks the start of the Lenten season. Shrove Tuesday is celebrated in many countries by eating pancakes, which became a popular way to use up rich ingredients such as sugar, butter, and eggs. In some countries, people engage in more festive activities such as racing and dancing. Demon masks are worn and large bells are clanged to drive out evil spirits and to announce the end of winter on the eve of Lent and spring. After Shrove Tuesday, Christians enter the Lenten season. Lent is a 40-day season of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. It's a period of preparation to celebrate the Lord's resurrection at Easter. In 1559, Pieter Bruegel the Elder produced a stunning painting that depicts the contradictory nature of the Shrove Tuesday celebration and the rituals of the Lent season. The painting shows an imaginary panoramic landscape of a market square in an unspecified village in the Netherlands, viewed from an elevated angle, typical of the world landscape style. The scene depicts a rural style of improvised celebration, showing the carnival celebration juxtaposed with Lent rituals. In the foreground of the painting, the two allegorical characters of Carnival and Lent are shown in a parody of a late medieval joust, passing each other by and trying to lift each other out of the saddle. Carnival is depicted as a fat butcher riding on a blue sledge with a rotisserie carrying the head of a suckling pig, poultry, and sausages as his weapon. Two men pull his sledge. One of them waves a red gold-white flag, the then typical carnival colors. His followers wear masks and bizarre headgear and carry household objects as props or improvised musical instruments. Lent is shown as a thin woman seated on a hard chair and surrounded by foods typically consumed during Lent. She is drawn by a monk and a nun and accompanied by children with the ash cross of Ash Wednesday on their foreheads. A church minister accompanies the children, carrying a bucket with a holy water brush and a bag for donations. On the left side, the painting depicts an inn called the Blue Barge where heavy drinking and a lover's encounter can be seen through an upper floor window. In front of the inn, actors perform a play called The Dirty Bride, in which a drunken peasant agrees to marry but discovers the bride's appearance after sobering up. The painting shows the bride and groom dancing while a masked member of the company collects money with a piggy bank. On the right side, the painting depicts the inside and outside of a church during Lent, with various scenes of religious practices and festivities. Inside the church, a veiled statue is visible and the wealthy give alms to beggars. Outside, a man sells a relic, a woman sells votive offerings, and people pray against the church wall. From a side door of the church, the poorer faithful emerge. Some have brought their own seating. The wealthier citizens leave the church by the main entrance. One gentleman is accompanied by a servant who carries his own folding chair. Unlike the group of beggars on the left, who have no audience, the beggars on the right receive the full attention of the churchgoers. The background is filled with people working with food, while festivities are going on in the distance. Women are preparing Lenten fish and men carrying wine from the inn. At the very back of the picture, other festivities are going on with a bonfire, dancing figures, and beggars spread across the whole scene. In the center, some scenes do not clearly belong to either side, including a bakery with ware displayed for sale and a well. A woman draws water from the well while a pig stands nearby. To the left of the well, a man and woman seem to turn away from the bustle and continue along the lighted path. For them, the party has ended, and the time for repentance has come. The scene also includes people playing games, selling fish, and making waffles. Celebrating Shrove Tuesday has ancient cultural and religious roots. The order and restraint of the Lent on the right-hand side of the painting are in contrast to the chaos and debauchery of the Carnival on the left. The festival was intended to be a time of excess and indulgence, as a way of releasing pent-up emotions and desires. It provided an opportunity to challenge social norms and invert the usual social hierarchy. The communal aspects of Carnival were also emphasized as it was seen as a time for human extravagance, lived out on a grand scale in the midst of the community. The excesses of Carnival were followed by a period of reflection and self-denial during Lent, which helped to reinforce the fixed realities of heaven, hell, death, and judgment. However, Carnival was not without its darker aspects, including violence, neglect of the poor and marginalized, and celebration of the grotesque and deformed. The Church attempted to confront the excesses of Carnival, with some popes trying to modify or even abolish the festival. Taken together, the festival and the Lent represent the totality and the natural extremes of human experience. The harsh truth is that the poor and unfortunate still struggle against the grip of the social class hierarchy in both worldviews. It's a reminder of the deep-rooted inequalities and injustices that continue to plague society until these days.